Take care, Ian.
Take care, Ian. There he goes. He's walking down. There he goes right there. He's walking down the alleyway there, getting ready to go in because he's there with his date. He's there with his date. And he, I think he has a Bud Light in his hand.
Everyone here is a twin?
Everyone here is a twin. She kind of looks like a different shape. She looks like she's a little bit more in shape than her. But that could be just because you can't really see. And then right here.
Everyone here is a twin?
So if you look at this person right here, and if you look at this person right here, watch the teeth when you start to see a fang. I'm going to have to slow it down. Oh, right there. Fang. That is a deep fang, too. I can't really tell if this person here has it or not.
My mind
Is blood. Yeah, only if you knew, Ian. Because Ian is not an actor, and they said at the beginning of the commercial that he doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know what's going on here. Only if that guy knew what was happening and why. Why is he being taken to this party? What's going to happen when he goes to that party? Well, Minka Kelly is going to give him a coat. He's going to get a coat when he's there because he's getting styled by her. Because this is a twin system. The 2-in-1 system, twin system. Even the building itself. The opening right there in the center. Even the building itself is a direct twin. Left side, right side. Because going this way is west, and then the other way is east towards the William Penn. East to west. William Penn.
want the auto zoom.
What is that?
It's
Is it close enough color?
It's close enough color.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they make like these of that actual color.
Right.
And this looks like about the closest. It says universal. So.
You might need another can.
I know, but
Do you want to get
I
one?
wanted to make sure this worked.
Yeah.
Before I bought more. So.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just bought one
Is that
can.
primer in one too, or is it just the paint color itself?
I'm guessing it has a primer in it because it says for scratches, nicks, chips, repair.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming it does.
Well, either way, the bumper's already primed black.
Yeah.
So that'll work.
No one to sit.
Then if you look at it from the direction of split down the middle, you have this is the south side and this is the north side. As a twin system, king of the south, king of the north, because this is from the north side. One eye open, one eye closed. But which one is open? Which one's closed? Which one's winking? Is this one winking? Is this the eye open? And then this one is the wink, so it's flapped down. And then when it flaps back up, or is this one winking? And that's the actual eye. You have the key in your forehead, the key of David, because that's what is supposed to take place. Like if you put up a landscape like this and the symbolism behind everything, then it's supposed to manifest into reality. The eyebrow above, the hair like a woman down there. Then when you go up a little bit higher, you have the entire snake coming up from the sea where it's red.
Sorry. What is
The
it?
hell?
Well, it's going to rain tomorrow, so whatever's out there.
It's a picture frame.
What?
You know, also, this has a split tongue coming out as well, which could pass as a snake. I mean, there's an eye, or a fish. Because right over here, you definitely got a fish face. Right there. Eye, the mouth. It looks like it's poking out. Could be a turtle head. Could be a turtle poking out from the other side. But if it was standing up walking, then here's his right foot, his left foot. What's going on here with these three things? I know, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just the way it is. It could pass for a turtle running. Now that you're looking this way, his bottom of his foot running. I'm amazed at how they built the land, how they scaped it out, looked at it from above, and it's like as you start building certain things, you're like, no, it doesn't. That no, you need to stretch it a little bit more because when you put on an angle, who's that? Is that the Lucky Charm guy? To the Monopoly man? Is that the Monopoly man with the eyes going like this? And the Monopoly eye? It looked like I seen like a he-goat somewhere. Like right here, there you go. See the bottom part? Like the goatee of the he-goat? coming from the west, because this is the head and this is the like the hair or the mane of the goat. Because this is from the west over here, heading towards the east. A billy goat. With this part here being the final beard. Serpent coming up from reeds and brushes. This waterfall rushing down, and the stuff inside of the sea, the Schuylkill River, this Red Sea type crossing over the Jordan setup. The Jordan right before the beginning of the system. You're either up or down. You're either from the king of the north or the king of the south. Looks like the Incredible Hulk's face. His eye and his teeth. I mean, obviously you can make out whatever your imagination sees, but some things it's not just your imagination, because you can agree with what it is looking like a raptor claw coming up from the sea. And the head being a bear trap. And all of this is right there with the other snake. And then that actually turns into the split tongue. But what's going on here? It's definitely a center point. So this snake, the mouth of it, opening up the mouth of the snake, eating a dead sheep, a serpent eating a dead sheep. What is the dead sheep? Well, the dead sheep is the spark of life that comes from here, the Hoover Dam, the twin system, 2 and 1, like consolidate 2 and 1, and then that distributes still the spark of life. But over here is the mouth of the serpent. the head, the crown. So even when that enters into there, starting out with these three tall, like rectangular objects. So those three, so three men are walking down the hall. Ten bottles of beer on the wall. Ah, you know what happened over in Colorado, Denver, Colorado? A mass shooting happened and 10 people died. It's so sad that things like this happen in the world. It's so sad that I can't be part of the fun. So he has a coat on now. Is that what a V-neck is? Is that what you mean by V-neck? Probably, because your neck pops through like a turtle. Pig in a blanket. Coat. Wrapper. If anybody gets offended at this, why? It's the truth. Especially if you're a part of it. It's just the truth, right? But what is the big deal? It's just something that's concealed that nobody's supposed to know about. But there's people on YouTube like J.K. Harrison Company that shows you that this is what the whole entire system is about. It's about all this. And then the fear of being part of the Burning Man because the fire. So he has a coat. That's what happens when you go to the party. And he's telling him to be prepared to be crushed. Because if you don't go ahead and become part of the Tiny Tennis community, then prepare to be crushed. So it's all fear-based. And God said, let there be light. Let there be light in that system. So this is the system. Let there be light. But let the spark of life come from the north like a gadfly and go from darkness to light. And then later on, his buddy's like, yo, Ian, you know what you did, right?
The one that's upside down is a demon. And that demon transmits a signal to the pit, and it's run by the angel of the bottomless pit. And you have your own cell in the pit with literally a worm, a growing, like it says in Jeremiah, I will restore to you the years the cankerworm has eaten.
Growing worm is rollout fencing.
And all these scriptures that talk about insects, I'll give you the power to tread over serpents and scorpions, because the above ground race that's hunting all of us, angels, that's the serpent race. And because the serpent is the most subtle of all the beasts of the field which the Lord God had made. And so the serpent race, and we can call it AKA the scorpion race, they're hunting us above ground.
scorpion race. Looks like something being cut off. This may be the other option that you don't want to be part of. It looks like a severing. Just the whole scene looks like something was severed. Sure looks different when it's in this area alone. It's just what it is. Just wonder how long it took to just scape it, landscape it. That's a nice house right there. Wow, look at that. Didn't even see that. Oh, wait a minute. No, maybe I did see that. I think I walked up to that. That's up on a high hill. Yeah, that's higher up. But that's cool though. The house is just up on the hill. Lemon Hill Mansion.
I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Keep going. Let's see. Okay, that one, this one. I've got so much information in the folders right now. I think it's a little too much for you for tonight. And I think what I'll do is I'll wrap it up.
We have breaking news.
We are now joined by 3 people who were inside that grocery store when the gunman stormed in. Newlyweds, Nevin and Quinlan Sloan, just married a month and a half. They were just grocery shopping. They were just grocery shopping. And Logan Smith, who was there working at the Starbucks. Good morning to all of you. Logan, let me just start with you. I mean, you've had an overnight for this to kind of settle in. Just how are you doing this morning?
It's definitely been rough. I mean, waking up this morning, processing everything, it's definitely been hard.
It just reminds me of so I'll record this person first, what you need to remember, and then record this person next. Look over, pretend you're try to look at the area where you think that the person's going to be so it looks realistic, and then record the third guy, and then blend them all together in front of a screen. Just what it reminds me of when I did that skit.
It's harder than it was yesterday, just thinking about the friends that I lost. I'm still trying to reach one of my other friends who hasn't responded back, so I don't know their situation. But yeah, just taking everything in is hard.
I am so sorry for what y'all have been through. I was just trying to picture, like, you go to work on a regular day, a regular Monday, you're working at Starbucks. And when did you know, Logan, that there was trouble? What's the first sign you saw?
Logan. What's the first thing you see, Logan? Not much. I see 12 trees. One of them's chopped down from the last time. I haven't been there in a little while. And then I see at Logan, there's a tombstone over here in the ground where the tree is now cut down. Right there in Logan Square.
So about 2:28, a customer ran into the store, alerting me that there was an active shooter in the parking lot.
Right around 2:30.
I wasn't the smart.
2-3 bypass. What else happened on the 23rd? Tiger Woods.
Artist and ran outside to see what was actually going on, and then there was shooting. I ran back inside, immediately grabbed my phone and called 911. That was around 2:30, and then shooting began inside, and
So
then they, the cast, the they came into the inside of the building where they were shooting. So there was shooting going on inside the building as well.
it was just immediate.
So he was shooting outside before he went in?
Yeah, they did the shooting outside first. And then when he went in, then they did the shooting inside. So they had the shooting outside, and then they had the shooting inside, and then there's a lot of action that takes place inside of these horrific acts of violence.
Yes. And did you see him? How was he dressed?
I can't see well, right. So I couldn't provide great.
So you couldn't. It's like that cop. It reminds me of that cop when he wanted me to read my address, name, telephone number, social security number, birth date, date of birth, bank card number. Kind of wanted me to read everything out loud because his eyes weren't what they used to be. When it was all written down, my name, my address, it's there.
Detail.
So you went inside, and the shooting continued inside. And you're a tall guy, I think. How tall are you? 6'3"?
6'5".
6'5". So you were trying to hide. Describe where you were and what was going on and what you were seeing.
So after I called 911.
This one here does the. With the look like I'm pretending I'm looking at something that's not actually there because I'm being recorded, but I know that I'm supposed to look over here at this person when after they are recorded.
So after I called 911, like I said, the shooting began.
But they both do it
after I called 911.
Robotically.
What's going on and what you were seeing?
So after I called 911, like I said, the shooting began. I immediately reacted, dropping the phone.
The king is here.
I ran to my coworker, put her.
410. What does that mean, Kleck? What did you say to this? Almighty God or something? 410 Access Road. 410. Yeah, it's a big deal. 410. And then, what was the store? King's Soopers. What was it? It was King Soopers. Yeah, 888 King Super. Sunfire God. DuckDuckGo, my God, reduction. Full steam ahead. Key name. King Supers. God's Christian. Mother Sophia. Satan's children. The curse. Dude. End's coming. So just relax. Bud first. Fruit of life.
A corner, put some trash cans to cover her, protect her. And then this is behind the Starbucks kiosk.
There it is. King Supers.
That's where we were. And I was just trying to find somewhere to protect me. I ended up deciding to hide behind another trash can.
Wow.
Couldn't really protect me. I was definitely in a life-threatening situation if the shooter came to the kiosk.
Well, you certainly were, and I know 10 people died. 2 were your friends. Were they workers there? Were they just around?
They were coworkers, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry about
Yeah, they were my best friends.
that, Logan. I really am. I'd like to bring in the newlyweds, Nevin and Quinlan. You guys just went grocery shopping. I was just imagining that. You've been married a month and a half.
We did
go in to make a meal.
And we just both got married.
Y'all are in different parts of the grocery store. Quinlan, tell me the first thing you saw and heard.
So yeah, Nevin and I separated just because Nevin loves to go to the grocery store and get out pretty quickly. So he went to get mushrooms, and I was like over by the milk, and the first thing I heard was the first like bang. And I don't know.
It's a supermarket. I had the situation with the supermarket that, you know, the case is pending and just kind of going to see how it turns out with the way it goes, but it is a supermarket.
Oh, but like my first thought didn't like go to it being a shooter. And so I like didn't react right away because it was pretty muffled the first like two because they were outside. And then it got louder, and there was like a bunch of bangs in a row. And then that's when Nevin walked up to me. And I think, yeah. So
it's the Valley Girl accent, and then because how the voice changes, the Valley Girl accent, and then you got to go with a higher pitch at the same time. So you got to change both directions of your airwaves.
That's when I was like, okay, this is serious.
Yeah. Nevin, you guided her outside, and I think most people probably would have stayed outside, away from the danger. But then you did something that I thought was surprising and beautiful. You ran back in. Why did you do that?
I didn't run back in. I want to clear for that, but I don't know. I just felt God compel me to go back, and there's another guy that was sitting by the emergency exit, and his name was Michael, and he was really sweet and really
Michael
brave.
was there?
There are two older women that were trying to get.
So Michael was there, and when Michael stands up, there's going to be a 21-day period that happens. And don't you know that the shooter, I think he was 21 years old.
Get out, and yeah, I just wanted to go back and help them and help Michael get those two ladies out. So
Michael got the two ladies out. That's good. He's a ladies' man, Michael is.
It's pretty powerful in that moment because there are survival instincts that kick in often in something like this. But there's something greater than that. Quinlan, when you finally saw him come back, I mean, that must have been a reunion you were waiting for.
Yeah, definitely. Once getting behind.
I mean, is this all one person? One of them's forward, and then he's the other one over here. You can cover that up. Just take the glasses off, and then over here, this is it. You know, he could have shaved and then sat in the back, and then he was like, maybe he was the last one being recorded, and he took a shower and shaved, and then but did this one first, and then that one, and then that one there. These guys must have fun doing this stuff.
Like a building, I started crying because I was like, he's running like, everyone in the crowd is running away, and my husband is of like a month and a half is running like towards it, and that's totally his like heart. And he just loves people in that way. But then when seeing him again, just like holding all of his random groceries, I was just so excited to see his face again.
Quinlan, if you were wondering, did I pick the right guy? You sure did. No question about that. And let me just finish with you, Logan. I mean, whenever these kinds of things happen, people always say, well, I never imagined that would happen here. I never imagined that would happen in my town. I was thinking about Columbine, and I was thinking about Aurora, and I was thinking about other shootings, and I wondered, what did you think? Did you picture this ever happening to you?
Well, I mean, I went to acting school in my career, and I was hoping I'd land a good gig.
It's always an event.
But to have to be part of Man, I know how you feel, guy. I know how you feel because you landed a big gig, like in a big time situation in the Situation Room.
That you never want to happen. It because of that.
No, you sound like you actually did want that.
It because it's an event that you never want to happen. Events that you never want to happen.
Wait, what are you doing? Hold on, what's going on here? Let me slow him down.
It's always an event that you never want to have.
No, I think these are the events that you are devastated with when they happen.
It because of the events within Colorado's history, it's been in the back of my head.
Man, is he a YouTuber or something? Just seems like familiar. Is that him there? Is he being arrested or she's just holding on to him?
I should add that this is not the first.
Are they birds flying on this? A bunch of tattoos, birds flying like on a $50 bill?
Time I've been at the company for a year. It's not the first time that as coworkers, employees that are like.
So they're all just frightened to death holding on to him. Well, that's good.
Life has been threatened. Was
that 3 triangles again? Or 3, you turn it sideways? But it is 3. I don't even know what that is. I think it's just a vent for the underground.
Co-workers, employees that our life has been threatened. There's been 2 other events, not as severe, but.
Yeah. No, okay, I see. He's just somebody else. But he's back further. Has the same nose. Further back, so it looks further, maybe skinnier. When you're up closer, your face is wider and bigger. Back here, it's like kind of skinnier, thinner.
Because of those other events, it's been in my head that something like this could happen.
Yeah, well.
And she's just really unnaturally looking up at there's nothing there. You can like that look.
Well, guys, I just want to say thank you. We're so happy that you're okay.
Yeah.
Logan, thank you. Quinlan, Nevin, good work. Good work yesterday. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It doesn't feel like there's anywhere safe anymore sometimes.
Police received their first calls for the shooting around 2:30 this afternoon.
The building, this man's son-in-law stared death in the face while he waited with his daughters to get a COVID shot.
He was waiting with his daughters to get the shot. He stared death in the face. Which means he didn't get the shot because it was interrupted. But that man stared death in the face. He was there to get his shot. But it got canceled because of the shooting. But he was there staring death right in the face, getting ready to get the shot.
Shooter came in, shot the woman in front of them. They hid, ran upstairs or hiding in a coat closet for the last hour.
As
they were hiding where?
Texted loved ones to get a COVID shot.
The shooter came in, shot the woman in front of them. They hid, ran upstairs or hiding in the coat closet for the last hour.
As the family hid and texted loved ones updates.
coat for Ian.
It's pretty awesome being styled by Minka Kelly tonight.
We need a coat for Ian.
You are the salt of the earth.
Negotiation,
Kingston.
eventually taking the alleged shooter into custody and ushering people away.
Can't believe it's happening in Boulder, honestly.
10 people, including a Boulder police officer, lost their lives.
10 kings have given over their power.
Many more will forever be scarred.
You know, the virgin and a dead sheep. Genesis 1 breeding with Genesis 2 right here. Same thing.
You see the feet? With the feet as looking down. That's the outward. This is the inward. Same area. One is out, one is in.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. For he is Lord of lords, and King of kings.
Tonight, investigators searching for answers after a mass shooting in Boulder. We had a very
10 people lost their lives.
10 lives are lost after a gunman opened fire inside this King Soopers grocery store.
As king and 10 is mentioned in the same sentence, so it is in the scriptures as well.
The 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings.
10 lives are lost after a gunman opened fire inside this King Soopers. Those are the victims. As for the suspect, he is in custody. He is a 21-year-old man.
21.
And we are now learning that video captured. Here he is just yesterday of a man being taken into custody is indeed the suspect. He
have contributed to the suspect being antisocial. The brother also told CNN that the suspect became increasingly paranoid in around 2014. He felt that he was being followed and chased, and to that point,
You know, by the corporation, the surveillance corporation. No, he's not paranoid.
He apparently placed duct tape over the camera on his computer to block anyone that he believed might have been following him. The brother.
Has anybody done that in your early stages of paranoia, schizophrenic? Then it's like, yeah, I know a camera's looking at you. You're not supposed to know that it continually records. No, that's impossible.
They're also told us that the suspect was not overly political or religious. We know that they lived in the same house as roommates. The brother said that he did not know his brother had a gun, but some conflicting information there because according to the affidavit, officers interviewed another relative who knew the suspect, and she said that Alyssa had been seen playing with what looked like a, quote, machine gun in the house about 2 days before. The only other charge we know of for Ahmed Alissa was in 2017. He was found guilty of assault and sentenced to probation and community service at the time. We are also getting more details about some of those items that were recovered at the supermarket, which included a green tactical vest, according to authorities, a rifle, a possible AR-15, a semi-automatic handgun, and a pair of jeans and a dark-colored long-sleeve shirt. There was a lot.
18. I just had that officer's whole family in my office 2 weeks ago to get.
Eminist. There is no plan B, by the way.
Traumatic for an entire agency.
This guy starts
I
to
lost
turn
8
into
police officers in the line of duty during my 8 years in Philadelphia. It's tough. It is very tough. In fact, we had to get psychological counseling for the members of our department through the University of Pennsylvania.
Buddy, you have something growing on your face.
Because it does have an impact. There's no question about that.
You're shift changing.
World system. It's a hot mess, right? But that's okay, because things are a-changing. Today, I'm going to talk to you about some interesting things. Did you know that Elon Musk is going to be smashing a rocket into a huge asteroid? Yes, of course, interesting. Lots of asteroids, lots of meteors, lots of interesting things going down all over the place. Just in Indonesia, there was one. We know about Vermont, there was one. There's like one everywhere. Just and all that stuff. I'm not a doctor. Go see your gynecologist or your reproduction person. Before I tell you about Didymus, because this is where it gets very, very weird, because Didymus is coming, fast approaching. Ironically, there's this mission that I talked about. This is weird, right? I talked about this mission exactly 4 years from the day where we would know as, there's past, there's this, talked about this mission exactly 4 years from the day where we would know as, there's Passover.
Celestial bodies, right?
So it's a coincidence. What are the odds? 4 years to the day, and here's this thing coming. I see twin. I don't understand. I don't know why I'm seeing it all the time. And then I'm reminded of that asteroid. And then it turns out that asteroid's like big time in the news right now. So I'm seeing it all the time. And then I'm reminded of that asteroid. And then it turns out that asteroid's like big time in the news right now. So what they're gonna do, let me read this to you.
This thing rolls out. Like a fence.
Pearl! Guess how pearl is formed? Suffering, trials, tribulation. The scripture says that I chose the furnace of affliction to refine you. Fire's the good thing. It's not a bad thing. And I know I can go through it. You think things are so easy for me? I have hard times. I have people work to get. I know. I have hard times. I have people.
And we're believing that hundreds of thousands of people are going to come to Jesus. Imagine the largest global outreach of the calendar year, activating the global church to share Jesus on this most important weekend in our church calendar, but also around the entire year, that the message of the gospel, that evangelism is needed now more than ever. This launched in 2020, but this annual opportunity is here to stay. Find out more at goodfriday.com or text the words Good Friday to the number 73738 to find out more.
But that's not really what it means. The word taken in Greek, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, paralambano. Paralambano doesn't mean taken like literally taken from one place to another. Paralambano means to be taken by something. Like you see a child smile and you're taken by the smile. Oh, that's right, you can't see them anymore because there's always something covering their face. I'm just kidding. You can still see their smile in their eyes, right? See Ethan smile all the time. He was smiling when he beat me, 9 years old, beat me in basketball. I'm getting so old, I guess. I don't know what's happening. That word taken literally means to believe someone as they claim to be, to adhere to a certain set of new beliefs or understandings.
Exactly. The body of Christ is taken. They took the body of Christ. The body of work is what they took from Christ. When you're taking something, you're taking his soul. Taking Ian's soul because he's a sacrifice. Well, yeah, you're taking the soul. You're taking the spirit that comes with that soul. You're taking it with you. One is taken, the other one's left. If there's literally two men in the bed, one of them can be taken because their mindset changed. They just said, I don't participate in that anymore. And also, when one of them's taken, the other one's left. Well, when the other one's left, you could be the left side, and the right one is taken, but the other one's left. So the right spirit's taken, and the other one is left. Could be left side, or could be left, like left alone. You just do your own thing.